Hey everyone! So today I kind of want to do something different. So this is going to be a very different video than what I normally show or share on my channel. I kind of want to take you in with me while I make a TN insert. I'm thinking about making it in sort of like the junk journal style. I'm always super inspired by Nazi from Amity Bloom, and I kind of wanted to try my hand at making one. I haven't actually made like a proper TN junk journal, so this should be very interesting, but I'm going to be filming the process, so you'll get to see how I go about doing something that I've never done before. But I have here, like I pulled out things, so I kind of made myself a little kit, and I pulled out papers. My like focal papers, I guess I would say, would be these beautiful kind of seasonal autumn papers from Prima. So this paper here is from the Amber Moon collection, which I think is not their most recent collection because I think they already came out with another collection. I think the new collection is Zella Teal. Amber Moon came out before that one. So it is recent, it's like recent, it's new-ish. But I absolutely loved this paper here. This is the paper that kind of was like, oh my god, it's really pretty. And y'all know that I'm like I'm more pastel-y type of person, but for some reason, like all the autumn stuff that has been coming out has been super cute, and I'm not really an orangey type of person, but this collection, this paper though, I love the florals, I love the birds, I love the collage papers that Frank Garcia makes, so this one really caught my eye. What I don't really like about it is that it is foiled. It has a little copper foiling in places. I'm not a big foil person, but other than that, I really love this paper here. I don't really like the back too much, so we'll see what I end up doing with that, but I was thinking of using this as like my cover because it's so pretty. So I bought, actually let me pull out all the other papers. So I bought more papers from the Amber Moon collection. I think I bought, there's 6 designs, so I bought 4 of the 6. I didn't buy any of the cut aparts, basically. These are the patterns that I like, so I already put them to the sides that I liked, and that's why I bought them. So of course this one, and then I have this one here. It has florals and pumpkins and these butterflies, and it's a very light cream. So you know me in vintage, I don't like anything like super dark, so this is really nice. I thought this would be much darker, but it's not, so I'm not really a big fan of this, but it's not too bad. But I really liked this one. And then this one, I loved these postcards, and I just really love the florals and the butterflies and everything. You know, that's totally me. This again has the foiling. I know the paper pads don't have foiling. I wish the single pages didn't have foiling because I don't like buying paper pads because I rarely ever use them. The back, this is subtle. Like when you look at it on your computer, it looks more brighter, but it's actually really subtle, and I kind of like that. And then the last one is this one. Actually, the A side is this. It's like the little strips, and the A side has foiling. So all these pages, the A side has foiling, but I bought it for the B side. So I'll probably use the B side. I might cover up this side. So these are the papers that I kind of, wanted to build this TN from. And so I kind of went searching in my stash and pulled out things that I kind of wanted to, that matched these colors, but also like brought out something else. So with these papers, I ended up purchasing this matte paper. It is also from Prima. It's from the Saint Topez collection, and it is a matte paper, and I wish I bought like another piece. I wish I bought 2 because this paper is gorgeous. I loved the blue. I thought, well, it looked very cream on the internet. I knew this was blue, but it looked more creamier, if that makes sense. So I thought it would go really well with this, especially since I'm going to use pieces from the September Planner Society kit. This has kind of like a copper foiling on this. I don't mind that. It actually looks cool. The back though, I was so surprised. I love this, and why I love it is because it has this kind of like grayish blue in it. And if you've seen the September Planner Society kit, they have this vellum that is this kind of grayish blue, and then the papers also have that kind of grayish blue, and I thought that tied in really well. So I bought this to have some of that blue in it. So these are the papers that I bought, and I pulled out this sheet. This is from Julie Nutting. It's from, it's a Julie Nutting sheet with Photo Play Paper Company, because I know Julie Nutting does things for Prima as well, but it's from Photo Play Paper. And this one had, it's vintagey, it had these butterflies with script and everything in it. The colors kind of match, and it does sort of have that grayish blue in it, and then the back is just this really creamy pink polka dot, which I thought went really, really well. So those were the papers that I kind of chose for it. And again, I mean, if you've seen my video where I show you how I kind of make cohesive looking journals, it's because I go and I really mix and match papers that will match well. Now of course the Amber Moon papers will always match well because they're from the same collection, but these guys, the only thing is that the backs don't really match. Like this Amber Moon, like these Amber Moon backs, this actually goes really well, this one, because it has that gray in it, you know, but like these three, the backs don't really coordinate well. So those would be the pages that I either gesso over or tape different papers to, you know. But these were the pages, and so I looked into my Planner Society kit because I really wanted to use some of those things too. Why? Because one, the bag that the kit came in is like perfect. It's like the perfect shade of like pink cream, and I loved the florals, and I thought it just really matched well with this. And to bring out that blue, I'm going to include this vellum. This vellum piece, we can, it just, I think, you know, it really, really went with it. And then I kind of wanted to include some of the papers. I really love these floral papers. Again, it's super dark for me. It's like a wood brown color, and it does go well. It kind of brings out some of the darker tones in the paper. The backs don't go at all. Maybe the bows, but I don't like it, so I'm not going to use the back patterns. I'll probably just use the front patterns here. And then I went, of course, still in my stash, and I pulled out this. This was from a Daphne's Diary magazine, and I think it's perforated. This comes out, so I might cut this out, like punch it out, or I might just sew this, use this in my journal as is. But the colors, it has that blue on both sides. Actually, it has the cream and the blue, and it just goes really well. So I pulled that out. So these are my papers that I'm gonna use. And then I pulled out some drawing paper. This is just some cream, I think it's like 80 or 90 weight drawing paper. It's a cream, so I thought I would include some cream pages in there too, just to have more variety of pages, of papers in the kit, in my journal. So those are my papers. And then of course in this lovely Planner Society kit box, I have some other bits and pieces. I have, not all of it's going to make it into my journals, but what I have here, I mean, okay, so I was going to make a pen loop with one of these to have. This is from the September kit, so I have this here, but that will be like really last. These are just some stickers I threw in here to maybe put in my journal. This is a TN from Felicity Jane. I was just going to use it as a template. So that's why I have it here, it's my template. But like these papers, I pulled out some 6x6 papers. So I pulled out these two. I loved this. This is actually a textured, it's kind of like a canvas paper. I love the colors on this. I'm not sure if it'll go well with it, but having hints of it in the journal might be cool. And then I pulled out this Maggie Holmes ledger. It had that green, blue, you know, color in it, and it's just a ledger if I want to do like a tag or something like that. This is 6x6, so they're just going to be for like backing things and stuff like that. This is a backer card from the March Planner Society kit. I love that, and I thought it would match that little floral so I might use that for something. This is the baggie that came with the September washi kit, and it has that beautiful blue floral, which is this one of the vellum, so I thought I might include this little pocket envelope in my journal. This is the backer card. It's from the packaging. It's from the Amber Moon ephemera pack, die cut packaging, and it's like this cream, but it has a map on it, and I thought that would be really cute. Then I have this other type of paper. I believe this is like, it's a handmade paper from India. I took it out of a journal that I got from India, and it's just textured, so I thought I might include some of that paper in my journals. And then of course I have some book pages. These are from Alice in Wonderland that I might want to include as pages. And then I have ephemera. So I have a mixture of the Amber Moon ephemera. I just took out pieces that I liked. I have some pieces here from the Planner Society, and then I have random bits of ephemera that I took from either a Daphne's Diary magazine or my stash. And then of course I have doilies. I have a couple from the Planner Society kit, and then a bunch of white and cream colored ones. And then over here I just have 2 charms. I'm actually waiting on a Prima Nomad TN, so that's the brown one that I'm going to hopefully house this TN insert in. So I have 2 charms here. This one is from the Planner Society from the August kit. I just added more charms to it. And then this one is one that I made. If you follow me on Instagram on my main Ariel Lovely account, you would have seen this one. So I have those things in here. But I want to show you me making the journal. So I'm just gonna put these pages back in here. Oh, and I also pulled out some fabric. So I have some fabric here and creams and different like these. I have a bunch of embroidered ones, and then I have these that have the blue. This is another embroidered, that's embroidered, that's embroidered. This is just regular canvas, and then I have these that are floral, and then this is a sticker. This is a washi. I don't think that'll match. It looks a bit too red, but I pulled it out anyway. So I have those pieces here, and then I have a bowl of trims and ribbons and stuff like that that I just might want to include. You know, I like to put lace on the edges of my notebooks, like so it'll run, I'll show you, it'll run like on the edge like that. I love that. I love that effect. So I have a bunch there. But yeah, so I'm going to move this aside, and I'm going to take my TN template, which is this TN, and I'm going to, so this is a standard size traveler's notebook insert. So I just took it just to have some sort of template to measure out my papers, and I'm just gonna go in and start cutting down my papers and putting them together, and we will see how this turns out. I honestly have no idea where to start besides, you know, putting together a little kit to work from, because I always find it easier to start any project with a kit. I don't know why, it just makes it really easy to like put things together. So let me trim off all of these branding strips. That might be a good move. So I just kind of want to say, okay, I'm making this journal. I'm going to use it for the new season of Get Messy, which started yesterday. So when I'm filming this, it's October 3rd. It's a Tuesday. So hopefully this will be up later this week for you to see. But yeah, so the new Get Messy season is the season of connections. That's what it is, season of connections. And I decided that I was going to approach it in a different way than I normally approach my Get Messy art journals. I'm like strictly art journal-y. Like I like collaging stuff. Lately I've been doing more collages than like mixed media stuff. Like I haven't really touched my paints in a while because everything has been mostly collage. And I collage different types of papers and fabric. I've been doing a lot of fabric collages in my journals as well. So that's what I've been doing lately in like a handmade journal, but the journal is just, you know, mixed media paper mixed with different scrapbooking pages and stuff. Or I would just simply use my Peter Popper Press journal, which is just plain grid paper, and just start like with a blank slate. And that's usually how I've been doing all of my art journaling. But with the season of connection, prior to the new season announcement, I kind of wanted to start journaling, like actually writing. Not so much, you know, the art part, because I tend to do more of the art part than the journal part, but actually like start writing and putting down thoughts and stuff like that. And I initially was just going to make kind of like a TN journal just for that, but then when the new season came out, which was connections, I loved that idea. I mean, I like seeing the connections and everything, and I don't know if you've seen my interconnectedness video, how we're all connected, how I believe that we're all connected, because not everybody believes that, you know, we're all interconnected like that, but I do. You know, there's just ideas of how each of us are connected in the world and stuff like that. I kind of wanted a special place for that and for those thoughts, so I think that's kind of where I'm going to be headed with this journal in terms of participating in the Get Messy season. So yeah, so this is going to be my cover, I think. I wanted this paper to be my cover. It's just I don't know what part of the pattern I want. I really loved this with the bird, but I also love this cluster over here, and I love this little basket. So I'm like trying to figure out what part of this I want. I know I don't want this corner. No. I want like the florals. I'm thinking maybe just taking this corner and making it my cover. So yeah, I'm just cutting these pages down. I actually don't know what the heck I'm doing, because I need to make them all like the TN size. So right now I'm just kind of making them all the same size as my cover. I know eventually I'm going to have to trim the inner pages, but that is completely fine. So yeah, what I might do with this one is I might just trim the whole thing here and then fold this over to kind of make one of those flaps. I think I might do that. So I'm kind of wondering how I want to fold this. Do I want this to be my flap, or do I want this to be my flap? I think I want that to be my flap. So let me go ahead and score this over here. So all I did was score it so I can fold it over. And then now I can fold this entire thing over in half. This I know is going to stick out, so I might put this like in the front here so that I don't have to trim it so much. Yeah, I should have thought of that. I'm going to have things sticking out. I'll just put a ribbon, I guess, so that it just hangs out, things hang out a little bit. So yeah, let me go ahead and cut to size all of these pages. Okay, so I have, those are the 12 by 12, and now I have to figure out how I'm going to cut these guys down. I'm wondering if I want to have this as like a vellum sheet, or do I want to use this decoratively? So I'm going to hold off on the vellum, and I got to figure out how I want to use these patterns here. So let me go ahead and cut down this paper. I think I want to make this one a fold out. So I'm going to take this and use this as my template. So these are my pattern papers, and these are drawing paper. I think I'm actually going to go and get maybe 2 more sheets of the drawing paper and come back. So I brought back a couple of things. The first is drawing paper, so I have here 3 more sheets. That's all I had left in my drawing pad. So these are decorative, you know, and I'm drawing. But I also brought back, I have these books here. They're not old. I mean, they're old for me. I used to sing, well, I used to take lessons as a kid, and these are vocal books. And I don't think I'm ever going to use them anymore. So I was thinking of ripping a few pages out of them to include in my journal. They're not that old, like I said, but it's a little, I think, are these white or cream? They're kind of white. They're not terribly white, but I feel like they will work. It's just, I might use the other book. This one fits. What about this one? These pages are a bit more wider. Yeah, I might tear out a few pages of this one in the back. Kind of wonder how much money I paid for these books. I know I'm never ever going to use them, and I probably will never sell them, so might as well use them for art stuff, right? Might as well. So I have more paper here, and these I think I'm just going to put in just like this, so I'm going to drew 3 drawing paper. I have 2 music, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my cover is 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm gonna hold off on this drawing paper because I have these here. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. But with this pocket here, I don't know if I want to keep it as a, you know, pocket, or do I want to undo it and just use it as paper? Okay, cool. Now I have this sheet. I can probably get a couple of insert pages from this. And I'm going to use this crease right here because this is like the same size. It's awesome. So I'm going to try to cut this in half. Actually, let's put this one in here. Yeah, I think it's like a perfect size. This top part will stick out. I don't know, I kind of like that texture up there, so I may want to keep it. I don't know if I want to trim off the bottom in order to keep that texture up there like that. Or I can fold this down, or anyway, I like that. So I think I can do another one on this side. I know this would be really cool, like as a pocket, like to make a pocket out of, but I don't really utilize pockets. You know, I mean, like in my travel journals, I use pockets because I like tucking in stuff and having that sort of to be interactive and stuff, but like with my journals, I don't really tuck anything into pockets. Because I did try the pocket thing once in like an art journal or like a regular journal, and it just didn't work. I love the top. So anyway, I know the top for these, or it's gonna stick out. But we'll see if I want to trim the bottom off. But yeah, so I have 2 there. And I have 3 here, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 pages. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the cover. Alright, so I actually don't know how many pages I would want in this particular journal, because I'm probably going to add more stuff in, so. But I would love to include this somehow. It's from Daphne's Diary magazine. Don't know how though. Like how I want to include this. This is actually, you're supposed to like, it's kind of perforated actually. And it pops out. I think it's supposed to be like a lantern or something. These pieces pop out of the paper. But I want to use it. If I do it this way, I can get 2 inserts out of it. Well, even if I do it that way. See, I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut this in half. Try not to punch anything out. I wish it wasn't like perforated. It totally is perforated because when I fold it, some of the pieces kind of want to pop out. I would love for this to be pages, but I might actually just use it for decorative purposes. That's what I might use this for, because if I fold it, it's gonna just pop out. Like the pieces are gonna want to pop out. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. These I'm probably gonna hold on to as well because I don't like the backs. So what I'm probably going to do is, there were some of these pages, like for instance this one I don't like, so I'm probably going to just cut out and just glue them down like that. That's probably what I'm going to do with the Planner Society paper. So I'm going to hold on to these. And I'm going to go in here and take out some of this book paper and maybe this. And I have some doilies here that I was going to put in, like, you know, fold them over for pages, but I usually end up gluing them down. I don't use them as pages ever. I just end up gluing them down, so I might hold off on that. But I think I want some of these book papers. They're going to be short, of course, but it's fine. I do want some of them in here, though. So I'm just trying to see what pages that I found. I like that through the looking glass. I don't think I want any of this paper in here. It's going to be a really short insert. So I'm going to hold off on that. But I do want some of this book paper. So how many sheets? I have 4 sheets here. I probably should just put them all. And how I took these out of the book, it was a hardcover book. So most really old hardcover books, they are stitched. And so I just kind of took the stitching out, and so that when I pulled out the little signatures that make up the book, the pages come out like this, so they're already folded, and all I have to do is trim off the excess or whatever, or just use them in my books like that and just kind of bind them in. I like that so that, you know, the writing is all vertical instead of like what I did here. I had to pull out the pages and then fold it in half. So I have 4 Alice in Wonderland book pages, right? So I'm just taking inventory now. I have 2 music sheets. I have 2 of this Planner Society packaging. So 4 and 4, that's 8. I have 3 of this, it's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, and then the cover. And I feel like this will be a sufficient book. So, because of course I'm going to add stuff into it and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble my pages how I want them. So I kind of wanted one of these in here and then this. But yeah, assemble them how I want them, and then I'm going to have to bind it. So see how that kind of sticks out on the top? I don't know, I'm debating whether I want to cut it off or not. But yeah, this baby is going to stick out a lot. Usually I'll just cut it, but a few of them are flaps. So normally I'll just put, I mean, this is white. It isn't really off-white. Because if I stitch up some lace here, it'll kind of solve the problem of having that overhang. And I really don't mind the overhang because I know it's going to fit in the TN anyway. Have that. I have this ribbon. I think I like the lace better. So yeah. I think I might use that to do that with. Alright. So I think these guys, I think I am going to trim the top off. This one I want to keep the top, so I'm going to trim off the bottom. That one's good. And then I think for this one, I'm going to trim off the top. So I think I like that. But before I bind it up, I think I want to decorate the cover. So we're gonna take the cover side and decorate it. Okay, so I took out a few doilies here. And I was thinking of using this big old one here. And kind of wrapping it around a bit, but now that I'm thinking about it, it might be too big. This one's too small. I need one in between. Because I like that. I mean, the cover is already soft, but I really like how it gives that extra softness. That's too much. Then I have this big old doily. Let's see, maybe I can use... I also pulled out some fabric and ephemera bits and stuff like that. I don't really think I'm gonna embellish the cover too much, only because I used this really pretty collaged paper. But I did pull out some of these embroidered fabric swatches that I had. Really, really like this sunburst. These are just swatches, they're fabric swatches. Have a lot of them. So I just pulled out the ones that, you know, the colors kind of match the colors that I was using. And then this is just regular canvas. And again, that's that washi, but I don't think I'm gonna use that. I really love that green, but I think I'm leaning towards this. And I'm probably going to fussy cut that out. I love these little glue sticks, by the way. They're the Prima Planner glue pens. There's just a lot of Prima happening right now, but I really, really, really like them. They're really good for traveling because they're just so compact, and you get a lot of glue, and it's really good glue. I'm gonna go and run this through my sewing machine if I can, just to get it secure, and I will be. So I am back. So I kind of did a bunch of things. I layered this embroidered fabric swatch behind it because I really wanted some of that blue to come out. And I took the other piece and tried to finish the circle. But, so the front looks like this, and then the back will look like this. Here I'm just going to have to cover these 2 pages up with different types of paper to cover up the stitching, but I'm going to go ahead and glue down my doily so the edges aren't all like frayed and stuff like that. If you notice, I'm like super finicky about like symmetry, I guess you can say. Like, I like things being symmetrical. Like, I know, okay, here the doily extends a little bit more, but like I just needed to finish that side. You know, I just couldn't leave it like that kind of partial circle sun thing just alone. It just needed to be completed, I guess, you know. Okay, so that is all sewn in, so I'm just going to cut the excess off on both sides. Alright, so I think my front cover is good. Again, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to cover. Oh, that looks so cute. I'm going to have to cover the inside cover, maybe with some scrapbook paper or something. Definitely the back, though. The back's going to need more covering than the front. So, like I have this Daphne's Diary paper. That would look super cute, actually. So I might just cover that up there. This paper here was from a Daphne's Diary. It was from the Daphne's Diary planner. So if you've seen any of my plan with me's in my Daphne's Diary memory planner, that is what this piece of paper is from. I think that should be good. So that when I put this in, and then I'll stitch it. It'll, yeah, cool. So now I'm trying to figure out if I want to go ahead and do the same thing to this side, or I can put a doily. No, that seems like a cop-out. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna leave it, and then when I'm journaling in the beginning, I'm gonna put something there to cover it. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it for now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stitch up this insert.